A very happy morning, student. We are ready with our fourth chapter, that is the chapter of business services. There are different services which is required by any businessman for doing their business smoothly. About these services we already know from the beginning only, because in the first chapter, if you remember, in the first chapter we have studied about auxiliaries to trade or tertiary industry, because these industries are basically helping out the primary and secondary industry, and auxiliaries to trade, if you say, that is helping the trade. But actually in reality auxiliaries to trade and tertiary industry both are same. Now if you remember the auxiliaries to trade, there are different things which were supporting any business. For example, the first one was bank only, because when we talk about finance, no doubt bank is the one which will come on the priority in our mind. Okay, bank is there and it is going to help us. If we are not having enough money with ourselves, we can take loan from the bank. Now here the question, this chapter is totally related with the different forms, like when we are talking about banking, transportation, insurance. So in this chapter we are discussing about all these. Now if you see the question, I have written one question on the board. Why a bank called debtor as well as creditor? Now this debtor word and creditor word, when I talk about these words, debtor and second one is creditor, this is very much familiar to both of you, to all of you actually. Because data we have discussed in accounts also, in BST also we are having a little bit knowledge. Creditor also you have already done a lot of general entries which is related with the debtors and creditors. Now if I ask about the concept of debtor or the concept of creditor, I hope you all can answer me correctly. So first of all, understand what is debtor and creditor. Let us just discuss it very brief. Debtor is the one, when we are talk about debtor, someone who owes some money. Who owes some money here. And creditor, from whom we will take money. To take money from a person, we have to take money from him. Actually, suppose if I just give you a small example, if you have sold goods on credit to someone, obviously that person will give you money. But right now if he is not having enough money, so what happened? He will give the money later on. So this time the person to whom you have sold the goods, he will considered as debtor because he owes you the money. He will give you the money. Okay. Now second thing is creditor. Now creditor is who? Suppose if I have purchased some goods on credit, obviously I have to pay money. Now in this case, if I don't have enough money, obviously the problem will arise here. And the thing is that the creditor, obviously the person with whom we have purchased the thing, we have to give the money to that person. So in that case, that person is creditor to me. Obviously, I have to return the money to that person. So here you can see there are two different concepts of debtor and creditor. Debtor is the one with whom we will get the money, and creditor is the one with whom we have to pay the money. So debtor and creditor, two concepts are there. Now if you see the question why the bank is called debtor as well as the creditor, I'm just telling you a general situation. What we do? We go to the bank, we deposit our money, and in future when we require money, when we need, then the bank will give us the money what we have deposited. But think about other situation. If we have not deposited the money and we need certain money, that time the bank will provide us loan. So two things banks are majorly doing. First of all, they are accepting our deposit, and second thing is they are lending the loan or lending the money. Now if you see the concept here, when we are talking about debtor, actually the bank is acting as debtor because when we are depositing money in the bank, obviously when the time duration is over or whenever we require, we can withdraw the money. In that case, bank is debtor because bank has to give us the money whenever we require, because our money is deposited in the bank. So in this case, you can see when we deposit our money, in this case, bank will be considered as debtor. And if you see the second situation, that is creditor. That means when we have taken loan from the bank, obviously on a future date I have to repay the money to the bank. So this is what the same thing happens with the creditor. Creditor are the person to whom we have to pay back the money. So in this case again the bank will be considered as creditor, because when we have taken the loan, obviously on a future day I have to return the money to the bank. So they will take money from us if we have taken loan. So in this case creditor, when they are giving loan, so that time they will be considered as creditor. So this is a very common question which you will see in your question paper. Why the bank is considered as debtor and creditor? So what you have to do, first of all you have to say the meaning of debtor, second you have to say the meaning of creditor, and then you have to show when a bank is acting as a debtor. That means when we are depositing money, that time bank will be act as a debtor, because on future date bank will give us the money whenever we require. And when the bank will act as a creditor, when the bank has given us the loan, we have to repay it on a future date. That means bank will take money from us. So in this case bank will act as a creditor. So here through this question we have understood how the bank will be act as a debtor as well as creditor. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.